Welcome back to the deep dive. You've shared your sources, your research, and now we're here to deliver that essential synthesis tailored just for you. Today's deep dive is really for business leaders who, need to cut through all the noise and just get a quick handle on the non-negotiable realities of the 2026 digital marketing landscape. Okay, let's unpack this. The source material we've synthesized, it paints a very clear picture. Competitive advantage next year, it won't belong to the fastest mover. It's about being the smartest integrator. I mean, the world of marketing is shifting so rapidly that competition now really hinges on who understands the customer most deeply and critically, who uses technology to serve them instantly.
That really is the core challenge. So our mission today is to move beyond just, lifting trends. We want to provide a strategic synthesis. We're breaking down what we see across four critical pillars: the highly polarized consumer, the total integration of AI, the evolution of your data stack, your MarTech foundation, and, the collapse of channels into pure commerce. We'll synthesize these into a clear action plan for leaders to stay ahead of the curve.
Let's start at the beginning then, with the customer, because really they are setting all the rules now. The 2026 consumer is, they're complicated, often contradictory. Their baseline expectations for speed and convenience are just table stakes now. If you can't deliver instantly, someone else will.
And what's truly fascinating and what the sources all highlight is how macroeconomic factors are creating this really sharp split in the market. We're seeing a significant bifurcation. The market is splitting into two very distinct poles, and they require two fundamentally different strategies.
Okay, tell us about these poles.
So on one side, you have the trade-down segment. This customer is entirely focused on seeking maximum value, maximum savings. They want to stretch every single dollar. They're loyal to the deal, not necessarily the brand.
Right. The hyper-cost-conscious shopper who will jump ship immediately for a 5% saving.
Precisely. But then you contrast that with the trade-up segment. These customers are actively willing to pay a substantial premium, sometimes 20% or more. But it's for demonstrably superior experiences or high-end design or products that feel distinctive. They're not looking for a discount. They are paying for quality.
So that's the strategic tightrope for business owners. You can't just have one pricing strategy anymore. So how do the sources suggest you even execute this dual approach?
Well, they emphasize that a single, unified strategy is doomed to fail. Brands have to simultaneously invest in strategies that appeal to both. And this isn't just about, offering a discount. It means developing specific, value-engineered product lines for the trade-down crowd, while also dedicating serious resources to crafting genuinely premium, differentiated services for the trade-up buyers. You're managing two different value propositions under one roof.
And shifting gears just a little, but staying on consumer values, the sources really underline that consumers are holding brands accountable on ethics, on sustainability. This ESG conversation is moving from a marketing tech box to a competitive moat.
Absolutely. The values a brand holds are now a critical part of the transaction itself. I mean, look at the data. The PwC survey finding is such a powerful proof point. It suggests consumers are willing to pay nearly 10% more
10%
for products when they believe those products genuinely align with strong environmental and social ethics.
That's a massive premium for perceived virtue. But I have to ask, for a business owner who is laser focused on quarterly growth, how do you make sure that your investment in, say, supply chain sustainability isn't just an expense? And how do you avoid being accused of greenwashing?
That is the critical question. The sources define success not just as having the values, but in sincerely communicating them. That means providing supply chain visibility, using concrete, measurable metrics, and tying your ESG commitment directly into your brand's story. If it's seen as a cynical add-on, it fails. But if it's authentic and demonstrable, that 10% premium turns into sticky long-term loyalty, and that dramatically lowers your customer acquisition costs over time.
So if that complex, values-driven consumer is our compass, then AI has officially become the engine, the thing that dictates how quickly we can respond. AI is it's fully integrated into consumer life. Billions of users interact with it every month, whether they realize it or not.
Right. AI is now the invisible gatekeeper for customer decision-making. We see it in systems that summarize information instantly in sophisticated personalization engines. This shift, it demands a radical rethink of content strategy.
And this brings us right to that critical technical change that marketing leaders have to grapple with. The shift from SEO, search engine optimization, to AEO, answer engine optimization.
Correct. Traditional SEO, its goal was to get you to the top of that list of 10 blue links. AEO is fundamentally different. Leading search platforms are now using sophisticated AI to generate one single, comprehensive, synthesized answer. It bypasses those links entirely. The AI is selecting your information and presenting it as the definitive answer.
Okay, so if the AI is providing the answer, not the link, what does my content need to look like for the AI to pick me?
The implication is operational. Brands can't just rely on, long-form, unstructured blog posts anymore. You have to structure your data. Things like schema markup, creating highly specific FAQ hubs, and publishing content with verifiable specific numbers. If your data isn't structured and trustworthy enough for the AI to easily grab it, the customer's just never going to find you. It's an immediate content hygiene problem.
And AI's reach goes way beyond just search. We're using generative AI for content, analyzing massive data sets, automated customer service. But the really seismic shift for 2026 is the rise of AI agents, agentic AI.
Agentic AI represents automated systems that can execute multi-step marketing processes on their own. So think of an agent that doesn't just write an email, but designs 3 different versions, schedules them based on time zones, analyzes the real-time response data, and then adjusts the campaign budget, all without a human stepping in.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but also incredibly expensive. For the SME owner listening to this, is this something that requires a massive enterprise setup, or are we seeing scaled-down versions becoming accessible?
That's a fair challenge. While the initial frontier is always enterprise level, the tech is rapidly trickling down through MarTech platforms. The key is integration. The Gartner survey really underlines this. Global CMOs see automation and system integration using AI as 2 of their top 5 strategies for boosting effectiveness. For smaller businesses, this translates into adopting robust, AI-driven platforms, not building them, to save time and let your human team focus on strategy instead of execution.
That's a perfect transition because if AI is the engine, then data is the fuel. And in a post-cookie world, that fuel has to be refined, clean, and stored directly by you. The death of the third-party cookie means that the need for secure, reliable customer data is absolutely central now.
The focus shifts dramatically. It shifts to data you collect directly. That's first-party data. And even more critically, zero-party data. That's the data the customer voluntarily gives you for some value in return, their preferences, their interest. It's the gold standard for hyper-personalization because it just removes all the guesswork.
But collecting this data is one thing. Organizing and actually using it across a complex landscape of tools, CRM, email, ad platforms, that's another beast entirely. This is where the MarTech stack is no longer optional, is it?
Not at all. Marketing leaders really need to understand the nuances of this stack. Starting with the Customer Data Platform, or CDP. A CDP is essential because it integrates, it cleans, and it unifies customer information from every single source into a single, reliable, 360-degree view of the customer.
So it solves that problem of data silos. It makes sure the customer who bought product A on the website is the same person who just opened your email.
Precisely. It performs identity resolution, manages data hygiene, and then connects seamlessly to all your other tools, analytics, email, ad platforms. Then you have the Customer Relationship Management System, the CRM. It's no longer just a contact list. It's the central hub for managing the entire customer journey.
And what are the big implementation challenges here? Is it always better to buy one massive system, or are businesses leaning more towards a modular approach?
What's emerging is a hybrid model, really driven by utility. Monolithic systems offer simplicity, sure, but a lot of businesses prefer modular systems. Where you might use a best-in-class CDP and integrate it with a specialized CRM. It allows for more flexibility and quicker adoption of new AI tools. The real struggle is in ensuring clean data governance between those systems. That integration complexity is where the budget really needs to go.
You mentioned local context earlier, and the sources had a specific example in regions with strong local chat platforms.
Yeah, this detail is really powerful. If you look at markets where, for example, line chat commerce in Thailand is massive, the sources show that for integrating deep transactional functions into those platforms, things like personalized broadcasting, local payment gateways, local Thai MarTech providers are often preferred over huge foreign firms. They just get the local environment, the behavior, the platform specifics. So businesses need to tailor their stack to where the local channel dominance is.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, let's talk about maximizing the value of all this clean, unified data. That means focusing intensely on retention. The sources are clear. Loyalty programs are more critical than any simple discount campaign in 2026.
Loyalty isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's the financial backbone. There are 2 strategic drivers here. First, retention is just so much cheaper than acquisition. Every marketer knows that. But second, and more importantly, your marketing has to continue after the sale. You have to foster an always-on relationship, continuous communication, continuous benefits. You need that to fend off competitors.
And this feeds right back into the data strategy, doesn't it? How does a great loyalty program help grow that LTV, customer lifetime value, exponentially?
It's the primary engine for gathering that crucial zero-party data we talked about. When a customer joins a tiered loyalty program, gold, platinum, whatever, they're often willing to share more detailed preferences for better rewards or early access. That data lets you do truly hyper-personalized offers. You move beyond happy birthday emails to, here is a specific product we know you'll love because you told us this is your hobby. That is the secret sauce for maximizing LTV.
Moving from mechanics to channels, we have to discuss the full collapse of the barrier between content and commerce. It's driven by social media. The line between a platform where you watch videos and one where you shop, it's just vanished.
We call it end-to-end commerce. The entire customer journey from discovery to transaction is expected to happen seamlessly inside a single platform.
And the most dynamic version of this is live commerce. The sources show brands treating weekly or daily live sessions as an always-on sales channel, not just a one-off event.
It's real-time, high-speed conversion, driven by urgency and community. And if we look at regional influence, the sources really spotlight TikTok. It has an incredibly high influence rating among Asian ad agencies right now.
What specifically makes TikTok a must-watch for 2026 conversion strategies?
It's features like basket pinning during a TikTok Live, and the integration of TikTok Shop directly into the feed. It just dramatically shortens the conversion funnel. A viewer sees a product, clicks the pinned basket, and converts without ever leaving the app. Businesses need to be investing in creator partnerships and high-frequency live streaming to capture that momentum.
So the strategic directive is clear. You need a unified omni-channel approach across everything.
Seamlessness is absolutely paramount. The system has to know who the customer is and what they last bought, whether they're online, on social media, or walking into a physical store. That means consistent pricing, synchronized inventory, and most importantly, a shared 360-degree customer view managed by that foundational CDP and CRM.
Okay, so we've covered customer polarization, the AI engine, the data fuel, and the commerce roadmap. So what does this all mean? Let's summarize the key action points for business owners facing 2026.
The overarching theme is really the necessity of structured, integrated preparation.
Number 1, strategic technology adoption. This means investing in that foundational MarTech, stack your CRM, CDP automation tools. But the critical lesson from the sources is that you absolutely must plan for the training and integration complexity of these systems.
That integration is the ROI killer if you overlook it. MarTech tool usage was up nearly 20% in 2025, and it's just going to keep rising. If you just add tools without making sure they talk to each other, you just create data chaos.
Okay. Number 2, customer-centric personalization. You have to use your first and zero-party data cleanly and effectively to segment customers deeply and personalize communications. Show them you actually understand their priorities.
And finally, number 3, integrated channels. Adopt a true omni-channel strategy. Make the customer experience seamless everywhere. Use social for awareness, your own platforms for a superior experience, and integrate data across all of them. And crucially, the sources say start small. Test new channels like live commerce and only scale what's proven to work.
This level of system implementation, it sounds like a monumental task, especially for smaller businesses who might not have a huge IT department.
It is a challenge, which is why the sources stress the value of getting outside expertise. Seeking expert partners consultants who specialize in these complex implementations, whether it's setting up HubSpot, integrating a local line solution, or deploying a CDP, it's vital. Working with specialists ensures these high-stakes trends are adopted correctly and actually yield sustainable, profitable growth.
This has been an incredibly deep dive. The key message is unified. Success relies on being data-driven, using AI to automate, unifying all your channels, and focusing intensely on earning loyalty. Get ready first, adapt first isn't a slogan anymore. It's the competitive blueprint.
And while we focused a lot on the mechanics, the AI, the CDPs, the social channels, it's so important to remember what the source material emphasizes at its core. These are just tools used to deliver recognized customer value.
So if the tools are in place, what's the ultimate strategic hurdle that we're going to face in 2026?
The provocative closing thought is this. As agentic AI moves from just assisting execution to actually owning execution, the real strategic challenge won't be system integration. It will be ensuring your human marketing team is trained to audit and intervene when AI encounters complexity or ethical gray zones, or, most critically, when it starts reinforcing unseen data biases. Mastering that blended strategy where human insight directs automated brilliance, that's what will truly turn 2026 into a year of exponential growth for you.